Hello friends, welcome to this video related to exception handling in C++. As we discussed in our previous videos that exceptions are runtime anomalies and unusual conditions that a program may encounter while execution. Examples include out of range index, overflow and division by zero and many more. We took few examples related to exception handling in our last practical based videos. In this video, we will be understanding how the exception is handled when it is thrown from a function called from the try block of any other function. Let us have a look on this diagram. This diagram has been taken from the book Object Oriented Programming in C++, authored by E. Balagoswami. So what is happening in this is here we are having a try block and the catch block. As we already know, we do have three keywords to deal with exception handling in C++. One is the try, second is catch, and third is the throw. Try block, in try block basically we put the statements which are a little dicey, which can have some exceptions which can result in some anomalies and need to be handled carefully. In catch block, we handle and wherever the anomalies occur, where the anomaly occurs, we throw the exception where we throw an exception using the keyword throw, and that is caught by the catch block. Catch block is responsible for catching the exception and handling that particular exception. So basically what is happening over here, we have to deal with, we will be discussing the control flow when the function is invoked by the try block and throws the exception. Now what happens in try block, we are having a function. The control jumps to that particular function. Some exception arrives over here. Then we throw that particular exception. That exception will be caught by the catch block that is lying immediately behind the try block in the function which called this particular function. Okay, got the point? I think here is one function. We are having try block. This is calling some other function, and some exception is arriving in that particular function, and it is thrown from there. Then it will be caught by the try block of the function. It will be caught by the catch block of the function from whose try block you called that particular function. So let us have a practical related to this to have a better understanding. Here we are taking the same example, division by zero, that we took in last session. In last session we put all the statements in the main function. Now we are dividing it in two parts. One is the main function, second is the divide function. We are taking the same variables a, b and c. A and b are two variables of int type, third one is of double type, and we are here is the try block. In try block we are calling a function that is c equals to divide a plus b. In this try block we have called this particular function divide a comma b. We are passing two parameters over here. The control will jump to this particular function. Now this function will be executed in the first variable has been received, the first parameter received in dividend, and second one in divisor. So first the program module is checking whether the divisor is 0 or not. If the divisor is 0, then it will throw an exception of const-char pointer. It is a message it is throwing back, and the type of the message is const-char pointer. It will be received in the catch block. So from here it will be throwing the exception, and it will be caught by the catch block that is lying immediately behind the try block from where you called that particular function. Okay, I think you got it. Let us have a look at the values. Value is 45, 5. Let us look in the first round we will taking the normal values 45 and 5. We are not taking the value b equals to 0 over here. Here the flow will be normal, the 45 without throwing an exception, the control will come to this. A is carrying the value 45 and B is having the value 5. Now these values are passed to these variables. The dividend holds the value 45 and divisor holds the value 5. We have checked if the divisor is equals to 0, but the condition is false over here and the exception will not be thrown. Okay, the exception will not be thrown. It will skip these particular lines and the control will come to this statement returning back from the function, and it will return back the values dividend divided by divisor. Dividend divided by divisor, the value will be received in the C variable. So this is called, now the return value has been received in this variable and it will be printing the values, printing the output on the console. Let us compile this program and run and look what happens. So have a look over here, going to call the function. This statement has been printed. In the try block, this is the first statement. Now this statement will be executed and the control will go to the divide function. Now control arrives in the function divide. Returning back from the function, it will return back normally without throwing an exception. It will return the dividend divided by divisor. This result will be returned back to this particular function and it is received in the C, and in main function the result is, now this line has been printed in main function, the result is this, and the C out, C holds the value, C holds the result, C equals to 9, 45 divided by 5, the result is 9. Now if we change the value 0, we change it by this, which will result in throwing off that particular exception, as 45 divided by 0 is infinity, and in case we don't handle this exception, the program will terminate abruptly and you will not be able to you will not be able to know what happened to your program and why it ended so abruptly. So now the value of B is 0. Now you are calling the same function, but the value in divisor you are receiving it is 0. The divisor equals to 0. The condition is true. Now it will throw this exception as we are passing the string. It is of char const pointer. This string will be received this in the catch block. So these two lines will not be executed at all. The control will directly jump from this statement to the catch block, this block. So the value will be returned. The message you are passing, it will be received in error message, and then the message is printed in the main function exception code, and whatever message you pass from here, it will be received in this error and it will be printed on the screen. So in this way you can have a message to you can display a message on the screen to let the user know what happened to the program, and it will terminate in a normal way. The whole program will be executed successfully without any abrupt termination of the program. Thank you. Have a nice time. This is all for this time.